As of 2 weeks ago, I switched from using the iPhone 15 Pro Max as my main device to the iPhone 15 Pro as my main device. It has been more than a month since I started using the 15 Pro Max, and what I have found is that there is one really great benefit of using it. In the process of moving to the regular iPhone 15 Pro, there was one surprise and 3 downgrades. I think that one of the biggest and most obvious advantages of the iPhone 15 Pro over the iPhone 15 Pro is Max is the size. As a result, I never feel like just looking at the devices side by side in photos or even when I put them together. Compared to the Max just doesn't seem to be that much larger. It's not until I see the specs next to each other that I realize that only a ½ inch separates them. There is, however, a time when you are, as someone who has used one and then switched to the other, it is very noticeable the difference in performance. As for the 14 Pro Max, I used it most of the last year and the 15 Pro Max for about a month before I switched over to the 19 Pro Max. There is just something about using the smaller iPhone that makes it more comfortable for me. There are a lot of things I can reach with one hand, and the weight difference is significant as well, making it feel more like a novelty when coming from the larger Pro Max. Now, I don't have big hands, so most of what I do is two-handed on both of these devices. I use one hand to hold, the other to navigate, and both to type, so that aspect is almost the same for me with these two iPhones. If I am brushing my teeth or I have a drink, on the one hand, I can scroll vertically on Twitter or Threads with one hand, but this only accounts for about 10–15% of what I do on a daily basis. As for pocket fit, there is no denying that the regular Pro with the 6.1 display fits easier in my pockets and feels less noticeable compared to the 6.7 display of the Pro Max. I don't have an issue with most of my pants or shorts, but sometimes the Pro Max does peek out a bit, and when sitting down, the Pro Max can push into my hip just a bit. As you can see, I use cases because I am a case person, and I like it. However, if you've noticed, I have been eyeing this particular case for a while now. This is the StarPeak Magez Case 4 from channel partner Pitaka. This is the Magez Case 4 from Pitaka, and this is the thinnest and lightest MagSafe compatible aramid fiber case for iPhone. The same aramid fibers that are used in aerospace are used in the manufacture of this product. And woven together, this Magez Case 4 is perfect for someone who wants a case as light and thin as possible, but provides scratch and ding protection without getting in the way. In addition, there's an integrated metal lip that protects the camera from scratches and damage. The 3D texture grip makes the iPhone 15 feel more secure in my hand, and with the chamfered edge, it just feels great to wrap my hand around. I really like this StarPeak Milky Way Galaxy version of the Magez Case 4. It was designed by a fashion editor and Paris art director Jonathan James, resembling the Milky Way galaxy as seen from Earth. There's also the beautiful StarPeak over-the-horizon design that resembles light brimming over the horizon of a mountain range. These StarPeak Magez cases can be picked up from the StarPeak website for a reasonable price for us today using the link in the description below, and my thanks to Pitaka for sponsoring this video. When it comes to the battery, I was actually pretty surprised by the 15 Pro year. In previous years, the battery was quite disappointing compared to the Pro Max, and that was a big reason I stuck with the Pro Max. This year, although still not, I have found the 15 Pro to be just as good as the Pro Max in terms of getting me through my full-day iPhone 15 Pro 1 month later, great battery life, fast performance. The 15 Pro Max has a 5x optical zoom, which is unheard of for the iPhone and a major upgrade from my no-zoom iPhone 11. The new telephoto camera is what ultimately convinced me to buy the 15 Pro Max. I mean, take a look at the photo evidence. The iPhone 11 has an aluminum frame and weighs 6.84 ounces, 194 grams, while the 15 Pro Max has a snazzy new titanium frame and weighs 7.81 ounces, 221 grams. The titanium sides look and feel nice, but because I always have a case on my phone, they're not a game changer. You also may have seen some titanium durability tests going viral. They made me a bit anxious. It's worth keeping in mind that the people making these videos are pushing the iPhone 15 Pro Max to its limit. None of my CNET colleagues who have a 15 Pro or Pro Max have had any issues with the phone's durability. But remember, I'm coming from an iPhone 11, which, when CNET put it through a series of brutal drop tests, came through without a crack. From how to use new apps like Journal to hidden features, Here's what to know about iOS 17.